Good morning and Johar to everybody. Actually, I forgot that today I am to address critically thinkers. Professor Bhattacharya et al., our dean, our superintendent, dean student welfare, and Dr. Jha, who is probably the helmsman of critical care unit, as I have been told about and given to understand. And dear all, those who are participating here. Well, as Professor Bhattacharya and Jay Prakash said that there are very few takers here. Obviously, the takers would be least, because those who think critically, those who can think critically, those who have potential to think critically, only those will be there to listen the talk about the critical medicine, even in doctors. And let me tell you, these are the thoughts of the people which matter. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in some interview said that somebody asked him what is the best thing in a person which can fetch a happiness every day. It's a very critical, again very critical sentence what he said. Somebody asked him, sir, what can be the source of happiness in everyday's life? Dr. Ambedkar said, one who can produce the new thoughts every day. And new thought does not mean that I will go cinema, I will go somewhere to enjoy. It's not like that. One who can produce the proactive and creative thoughts every day that offers immense pleasure in a life of a person. In a life of an intellectual. Obviously, when I say that, obviously it is for the intellectuals in particular. Though the thoughts can be generated by anybody's mind. Our mind is such an enigmatic, such a robust, such a complex structure, indigenous structure, of 1200 odd grams sitting on your body, which has propensity to think, to bring at least 70,000 thoughts in 24 hours. Now it is up to you, the way you think, you become likewise. Our saints have very much said that observe your thoughts, they become your words. Observe your words, they become your actions. Observe your actions, they become your habit. Observe your habit, they become your character. And observe your character, that becomes your destiny. So this is how the things keep on going. Buddha said that if somebody wants to serve me, he should serve the ailing people. You are the people who serve the critically ill patients. And it is not so easy to put the breath and heartbeat back in the dying body. It's the most difficult task. You just give a thought once. How difficult it is that a person who has been operated in the brain stem, where the center for breathing, center for consciousness, center for heart is lying there, a neurosurgeon operates in the same center, close to the area postrema, in CV junction, in cervical junction, where respiratory center lies, and yet this respiration and heart is put back to the same body. This is what is done by critical physicians, and this is probably one of the most important jobs rendered by critical care physicians. Not everybody can do. Dr. Bhattacharya very aptly said that everybody has some critical thinking in his or her life. I can assure you if you are in habit of thinking critically, you will be seldom caught in critical situations. Mind it, what I am saying. If you are a critical thinker in your day-to-day life, seldom you will get caught in some critical situation, because you have already given a thought to your destined work, for today's work. That is how I think about the critical thinking. Everybody has potential to think according to his or her own choice, surrounding, acculturations, situations, milieu. All the things, of course, affect the neuronal activity. Our brain has a very dense neuronal connections. Each neuron connects to 30 to 40,000 cells, neighboring cells, and that offers a type of network in the brain for the thinking process and for the rest of the decision makings, memories, different kinds of the brain functions which are subserved by brain in our day-to-day life. Now, it is written that the fundamentals, we as a medical students, whenever we approach to our teachers, हर बैच में 2-4 होते हैं ना, कहते चलो एग्जाम होने वाला है, अब जरा गुरुजी से पूछ लेते हैं कि क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है, चलो पूछ आते हैं। अब गुरुजी तो हमारे बाप हैं, हम लोग गए कि सर फार्माकोलॉजी बड़ा डिफिकल्ट सब्जेक्ट है, तो इसमें क्या क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है। गुरुजी वाज वेरी टफ पर्सन लाइक मी, ही सेड फंडामेंटल पढ़ लो। हम लोग बड़े खुश हुए यार कि फंडामेंटल तो बता दिया है। वन ऑफ माई कोलीग आस्क्ड कि यार ये तो बात ठीक की करी गुरुजी ने, लेकिन फंडामेंटल क्या है ये कौन बताएगा। यू थिंक व्हाट इज फंडामेंटल? नोबडी नोज व्हाट इज फंडामेंटल। देयर मस्ट बी सम फंडामेंटल। Probably to my mind, the fundamental are those which should never be forgotten. I was just thinking here only. Probably one who knows that if the tracheostomy is done and it is kept for more than a week or 3 days or 48 hours, how the care of tracheostomy should be done. That is fundamental. Otherwise, if the infection occurs, it may erode even carotid artery and bleeding may occur and patient may die. I have seen such cases in my ICU. This is fundamental. Professor Bhattacharya will agree as to which side of the suction tube should be used according to the tracheostomy for the sake of suctioning, so that it should not cause a bleeding from the tracheostomy side or from tracheostomy is also fundamental. The patient should be kept on SIVMB mode or assisted ventilation or IPPV is not a fundamental. This cannot be fundamental. This can be the decision of a particular consultant as to at this juncture whether full support is, there may be ambiguity in full support and partial support. But which mode to be applied in a patient, in a particular patient, how much should the patient be assisted for his breathing, that may not be a fundamental. Until the criteria, then also I keep spoken as a neurosurgeon, because it is for the surgeons, I believe. As a neurosurgeon, I can say that everything is critical in neurosurgery. If you operate for more than 12 hours, that also becomes critical care. If the patient is unconscious, he has chances of aspiration pneumonitis, then also the person is critical. If the ICP increases beyond 20 millimeter of mercury, the patient is critical. If the cranial nerves are paralyzed, the patient is critical. If the patient is unconscious, patient is critical. If injury in cervicomedullary junction, patient is critical. If the surgery has been done for say CP angle tumor, the patient is critical. If the head injury has been operated, rebled, the patient is critical. Even diffuse axonal injury is critical. So critical, I mean neurosurgeon as a critical thinker and critical surgeon, probably I am more exposed and vulnerable for criticality. And that is why I like the critical care medicine, because without critical care, knowledge of the critical care medicine, I can bet you the neurosurgeons cannot give more than 50-60% results. And my results, rather not mine, my unit's results were to the tune of any day 95%, 94%, sometimes 90%, of course, which is a very big number. Morbidity might have been more. I don't proclaim that. I am not a magical person. Morbidity goes high, obviously, because in brain no area has impunity. Every area has been assigned one or other work. I remember that I operated, when nobody in this country could dare to operate, I operated nearly 100 patients of brain stem tumors, gliomas and all. And 32 out of them were medullary tumor in 10 years. Because if you operate in medulla, you know, the moment you put the cartridge there, the heart stops. Breathing we cannot assess because the patient is already on ventilator during anesthesia. So you don't know, but heart stops. Anesthetist, oi, Kumar, oi, remove your cartridge from there. Okay, then let us go. Where should I go? वो अशोका जब हार गया था तो एक माई जंगल में खिचड़ी पका रही थी ना, तो बहुत भूखा था, तो किसी ने उसने खिचड़ी गरम गरम दी तो उसने बीच से ही खाना शुरू कर दिया, हाथ जल गया। तो माई ने कहा यही तेरी गलती है। तो अशोका हुआ सरप्राइज कि माई क्या गलती हो गई? कि किनारे से खा भाई, बीच में खाएगा तो हाथ तो जलेगा ही, वहां तो ज्यादा गर्म है। So I was reminded of that. I started operating from periphery of the tumor, and subsequently I could operate. You learn from everybody. You learn from smallest stories in life. And let me tell you that 43% of the patients, if I am not forgetting the figure, had respiratory compromise, and nearly 45-6% patients have lower cranial paresis. And you can think all were critical. So much so that one boy to whom I operated for cervicomedullary junction anomaly was kept on ventilator for 1.5 years. 1.5 years is such a prolonged time. बच्चा ये जानने लगा था कि अब हमको वेंटिलेशन की जरूरत है. He started crying कि अब मेरे को वेंटिलेटर लगाओ. नहीं SIM भी लगाओ मेरे को, इससे नहीं होगा. वो he became so knowledgeable. So what I wish to say, that even if you operate on medulla and if you are a critical thinker, the patient will survive. And the tumor, if it is benign, the survival will be good. Obviously, many patients remain on ventilator for 6 months. In those percutaneous gastroenterostomy for 1.5 years. Few remained on tracheostomy for 12 months. But the results ultimately were gratifying. So if you are what I wish to convey, that I have all the good wishes for you. One must be a critical thinker. If somebody is critical thinker, he would not be caught into the critical problems even in day-to-day life. Thank you very much for tolerating me.